Okay, welcome back. Last time we travelled the Sinnoh region and caught our legendary Pokemon encounters, and now I've had to put my team back together in preparation for the final battles of the game. So I'm going to do a quick team recap. First up, we have Kai, our Electivire, level 68 with the Muscle Band, Impish Nature and Effect Spore as this ability, with Thunder Punch, Glare, Crunch and Low Kick. I might get rid of Glare in favour of Fire Punch from the move relearner, but I'm not 100% certain yet. Up next, we have Vermilion, our Houndoom, level 66, holding the Charcoal, Rash Nature with Filter as its ability, with Flamethrower, Nasty Plot, Crunch, and Calm Mind. And now we have 4 new Pokemon. First up, we have Chanko the Snorlax, Serious Nature, holding the Leftovers, with Inner Focus as its ability, with Body Slam, Crunch, Aqua Jet, and Fire Punch. Aqua Jet was the TM for Recycle that had been randomized, and Fire Punch was the TM for Blizzard that had been randomized. Up next, we have Sadako the Gengar, currently holding the Choice Specs, with Brave Nature, not ideal, Frisk as its ability, also not ideal, with Discharge, Shadow Ball, Confuse Ray, and Dark Pulse. Discharge isn't a move that it naturally learns. Normally I could teach it Thunderbolt, but Thunderbolt was for Sandstorm TM. And basically, I went and got the TM for Giga Impact from the Game Corner, and that was Discharge. So I figured, you know what, it learns it, I might as well just go for it. Up next, we have Siegfried, I don't know how it's actually pronounced. The Salamence holding the King's Rock, Jolly Nature with Immunity. I think it's the fastest Pokemon I have. Yeah, it's the fastest and hits hardest. And it has Dragon Claw, Crunch, Attack Order, and Zen Headbutt. Attack Order was for TM for Rest that had randomized to, well, Attack Order. And our final Pokemon is Heimdall the Suicune, with the Wise classes, Quirky Nature, Thick Vat, so I think that means we effectively quad resist Fire and Ice, with Surf, Extra Sensory, Thunderbolt, and Aurora Beam. I wish it would learn Ice Beam by level up, but I guess it's, at least it's a nice move. And Thunderbolt is a TM, which was Sandstorm, that we managed to find in Amity Square while I was walking Monferno. Now, there is a sad bit to this episode because I can't use anything in this box. So, I had to gen in the Regice and the Registeel to go with the Regirock to catch the Regigigas, which was the Giratina. I can't use Darkrai, Regirock, Cresselia, or Uxie because they were roaming legendaries that I had to Master Ball. And then there's the really sad part. I recorded the Stark Mountain episode where I lost Feraligatr and Venomoth, and then I recorded the next episode where I made my way up to where Shaymin is, and then I recorded catching Azelf, Uxie, and Shaymin, which were Latias, Latios, and Ho-Oh. And basically, I then, after finishing that recording, I tabbed out, left background input on, typed something, accidentally loaded a save state, and lost it all. So basically, I was left with 3 options. I could try to gen the Pokemon back in, which is why I tried with the Sizzle and the Combusken. It didn't quite work and they ended up with the basic abilities. So I decided, okay, can't use those. Then I figured, okay, I'll just play it out again. The Latios wasn't shiny, obviously, because it was full odds. So basically, I ended up deciding I didn't want to give up that moment, because I think that was probably like the single funniest and best moment of the playthrough. And pretty much I decided I'd just address it now, and also just go, yes, this happened, I can't use these Pokemon, and just quickly explain it now before I head on into the main event of today's episode, the Battleground. Which may be a mess in its own right, because we have 13 battles coming up. And and obviously the people here are different each day, so there will be some discrepancies, because I'm just gonna fight them as they appear in here, and then cut it into the order in which you fight them in the game. So it's entirely possible that, like, I can fight Mira, Wake, Volkner, and Fantina right now. It's entirely possible that, by the time I fight Roark, I'll have something that's like level 72. But so basically, these 4 will be the first ones recorded, but I'll be recording them in a certain order. I'll put the order in which they were recorded in the description, but in the episode itself, they'll appear as you'd fight them in game. So basically, it'll be the 8 gym leaders, then Cheryl, Mira, Riley, Buck, and Marley. And basically, if I lose anything in this episode, I won't have it for the next episode, which is the final one. But that's basically, I just want to get that out of the way now to explain, just on the off chance that there's discrepancies in this episode. So without further ado, I can make a cut, and we can start up with the first battle. Okay, so, Gym Leader Rematch number 1 versus Roark, leader of Yorberg City Gym. I went down to the underground every day. I toughened up my Pokemon by digging up fossils non-stop. Could I show you how tough I made them in a battle? Okay, so, note, this is the second to last one I'm recording. And I've also shuffled the items around a little bit. Salamancer's now holding the Muscle Band, and Suicune is now holding the Choice Sparks. And also I've learned that this Metagross is not a threat, because every Metagross in the game has Stall. And Stall is going to do nothing to benefit it. Because Stall is basically just you always move last. I don't even know if that gets... Like, I don't know if putting up a Trick Room makes it so you always go first, or if Stall takes priority over that. To be totally honest, I've never seen the interaction. So we bring down the Metagross, and a Raichu is going to come in. So I'm going to swap to Salamence here. I'm going to swap to Salamence, and hope for the best. Because I imagine we can probably one-shot with Dragon Claw, and if not, it'll be very close. But if it doesn't one-shot, it means we take a Thunderbolt, and if we get critted, this is going to be a disaster. Okay, heals with a Citrus. Okay, goes for Tail Whip. This is actually perfect. Also, 10 out of 10, and I'm so used to seeing things in these games heal with a Citrus Berry. I saw the animation start and just immediately defaulted mentally to it being a Citrus. Okay, a Latias comes in. Let's see here. 222 Stab Muscle Band boosted versus 180 weaker move. Yeah, I'm just gonna stick it out here and go... Yeah, I'm gonna stick it out here with Salamence and just go for the Dragon Claw. So let's just Declaw. Maybe Attack Order was the move because of the high crit chance. But either way, this should be really close. Okay. Went for Charm. That is fine, I think. Because if I'm going to heal now, but I still outspeed. So let's see how much Dragon Claw now does. Okay, that still does half, actually. That's fine. This should knock out the Latias now, I think. Also, of course, we got a completely unnecessary crit. However, I would very much like to thank the game for being friendly for once. Okay, that said whatchamacallit, a Kangaskhan was coming in. And I know that Kangaskhan gets, Outrage, so I'm a bit worried about that, so I'm gonna swap to Heimdall. Also kind of alarming that Kangaskhan outspeeds. Like, Kangaskhan is way faster than I think it is, I think. So Surf hits for... Okay. That does a little over half. Okay, it's loafing around. It had true. 10 out of 10. Thank you, Kangaskhan. Thanks for working with me here, buddy. So there goes the Kangaskhan. We have one Pokemon left to bring down. And that is a Marowak. We should still outspeed this, I think. Marowak has Intimidate. That could be really good if we'd ever found one. So now Choice Specs boosted Surf should probably just one-shot here. Marowak is not the best on its special defense. 10 out of 10, there goes Marowak, and that is Roark defeated. Okay, so, we got 8,880 there. When I became a gym leader, I finally realized how great my dad is. Not that I'd ever admit that to him, of course. His dad is literally right here. So, like, he said that within earshot. Anyway, with that, I can make a cut to the Battle of Gardenia, so I'll just, well, do that now. And the next one I'm recording is actually going to be the last one, which is Rematch, which is... Actually, we haven't fought them before, so it's technically not a rematch. But I'm up to the last one to be recorded, which is the fight with Cheryl. Anyway, I'm going to make a cut to the fight with Gardenia, so have fun with that. Past me. Okay, Gym Leader Rematch number 2. My grass-type Pokemon are growing good and strong, kind of interested in what Pokemon you have too. Want a battle? Yes, we will. Grass-type Pokemon have many weak points. Well, I'll show you that's not the only factor in deciding who wins. Yeah, because you probably aren't going to have grass types. I mean, if she did just send out a full team of grass types, I would not be opposed to that, but I just don't see it happening. You know, Really, game? I just lost my Venom off like a couple of episodes ago, and we missed Zenhead, but we're off to a great start. Psychic hits for not all that much. Like, I know that we had adaptability and choice specs, but honestly, that Venomoth did not do all that much. Okay, so it just goes for Psychic again, and it does actually drop Silence to a little under half. And by a little under half, I mean like 1 under half. And we just knock it. There we go. Okay, they swap out. We go to a Tyranitar. What do I swap to for this? Like, I fully expect a Stone Edge. So I'm gonna go a Heimdall for this. So we swapped to Suicune. Okay, goes for Crunch. Wasn't what I was expecting at all, and that's a lot of damage. That is too much damage, actually. But Surf should be fine. We should probably nearly knock it out with Surf. Yeah, we nearly do. And there's the Stone Edge. If this crits, that is a dead Suicune. That was close. And now we do manage to bring it down, though. We bring down the Tyranitar, and that is one massive potential problem avoided. Okay, who is up next? Well, what's up next, more accurately? A Dusknoir? I think I'm gonna go to Chanko for this. I'll swap to Chanko and just go for Crunch. Because I don't think this Dusknoir should be able to do a whole lot. Actually, it might have Ring out. Okay, it goes for Mean Luck, so I can't swap out even if I wanted to. But I imagine Chanko can probably bring this down with a few crunches. Okay, that did... what, like a third? Yeah, I'd say that did about a third. Like a third, 40%. Crunch knocks it into the red, will probably heal. Oh no, this could actually do a lot. Because Snorlax has a ton of health but not the highest physical defense. What was I worried about? I did 70 damage on a crit. Then again, it did move first, so I shouldn't have been as worried. And what's up next? Obviously we heal with our leftovers. The Venomoth comes back in, that is fine, we'll just Aqua Jet and bring that down. Of course, we had a completely unnecessary crit. Go up to level 67, heal a bit more, and we take a Future Sight hit. In comes a Masquerain. Wait, this thing has Drizzle, doesn't it? You know what, I still feel pretty confident in Vermilion. Okay, yes, it did have Drizzle. And I think Hydro Pump is actually about to hit me, so I'm going to swap out to Chanko. Going to swap back to Chanko immediately. Okay, for Bug Buzz. Not sure. Wait, is it at a high enough level where it'll have forgotten Hydro Pump? Because it should have Hydro Pump. Okay, Body Slam does a fair bit. And we heal up, but we are -1, but I'm still going to risk it. No. We lived on 13. Lived on 13. Okay, there goes the Masquerain, and they should have 1 Pokemon left. Gardenia should have 1 singular Pokemon left. And that Pokemon is... a Sableye. I guess I'll just go to Vermilion for this. I probably shouldn't, because... Actually, no. Actually, yeah, I probably shouldn't have, because this thing probably has Power Jam, and although Sableye isn't exactly the best Pokemon in terms of its offensive stats, it can still possibly do a little bit of damage. Okay, Shadow Ball will be resisted, and the fact that it didn't go for Power Gem pretty much tells me that it doesn't have it. So let's just go for Crunch, and then finish it off with a second Flamethrower, I think. Okay, Citrus heals it up, goes for Shadow Ball, that'll do like... Okay, the crit did 70, so even if we get critted again, we live. And now it's a Crunch a second time, and that should bring down the Sableye, I think. Okay, 10 out of 10, that is Gardenia defeated. So I'll call that a monumental success. Have you been to the old chateau? You know, I have to finish up as gym leader and all that. Well, actually, I'm here training and here just for fun. Don't mind me. That is kind of on brand for Gardenia. Anyway, we can just move right on into the next match. So we'll make a cut and we'll be right back with that. Okay, first rematch time. First up, we're gonna fight Fantina. I'm not partaking in contests. Since you're involving yourself in contests, you should challenge me. Pokemon battles are fun, always without fail. Why? Because in those moments where I'm most serious. Okay, so rematch number 1, which will actually be the third one in editing, versus Fantina. She leads with a Flygon, which means I am going to immediately swap out, because obviously I do not want my Electivire in against a Flygon. So time to swap to Heimdall just immediately. And also, since they're here right now, oh, that's actually a lot of damage, but I can just Aurora Beam. Since they're both here right now, they'll be back-to-back fights, I can actually just make a little note here. Because I didn't actually get to go in-depth on the name ideas. Oh no. Actually, that's fine. Basically, I didn't get to go through why I named my Pokemon what I did. So, my Gengar is named Sadako, because in my playthrough of Fire Red, you may remember if you've seen it, in it, I had a Gengar named Kayako. Yeah, I had Kayako of Gengar in that playthrough. And basically, Kayako is the one from the Grudge, and Sadako is one from the Ring. Technically Ringu. I think it's like Samara in the Ring, but whatever, close enough. So that's the explanation on that, and that's basically just like, well, that's the first notable ghost. That's like the first notable ghost I could think of. That, honestly, I wasn't expecting that a one-shot. What's up next? A Vaporeon. Okay, time to swap back to Kai. Snorlax, I named Chanko after Chanko stew, the like thing that sumo wrestlers eat. Because I think it's meant to like promote. I think it's like I know that it's a stew, and I know that's like one of those things that like every time you see a depiction of a character related to sumo, it's like, oh, they always push that. I remember there's an entire bit in, I think it's E Honda's ending. No, it might be Elfwerte's ending in Street Fighter 4, where it's like E Honda and Zangief are arguing in Elfwerte's restaurant over like what's better, Chanko stew or I think it's borscht. Borscht? I don't know how it's pronounced. I don't speak Russian or know much about Russian food. So basically, I just went with, well, that's just like, I went for a sumo thing for Snorlax, basically. Okay, then we have a Machamp. I guess I'm gonna Sadako for this. And then we have Siegfried, Salamence, which is named after the famed Dragon Slayer of, I think it's Germanic? I think it's Germanic myth. I think it's a German myth. I might be slightly wrong on that. All I know is Siegfried is a really cool name. And also that they are also a servant that I have in Grand Order, and I don't have Sigurd, and I should probably try to get him. Cause, oh right, yeah, I guess we're just gonna keep going for the choice specs. We're gonna keep going for the choice specs Shadow Ball here, as it continues to reduce my speed, but that's not really an issue because it can't actually hit me. However, I know that it's an 8-level gap, but honestly, this thing is taking hits a lot better than I was expecting it to. Okay, this time it's gonna one-shot for sure. Okay, but yeah, that Machamp couldn't actually do anything to Gengar. Good to know. Good to know for any future Machamps that may appear. Okay, and then finally, okay, that is Fantina defeated. Okay, time for our rematch with the 5th gym leader, Maylene from Veilstone Sea. Being together with Pokemon gave me the strength to keep going. Please accept my challenge. Okay? So, we're going to lead with Salamence, and hopefully we can get through this without any incidents. I always want to call her the 3rd gym leader, because in Diamond and Pearl she technically is. But obviously in this one she's the 5th gym leader, and she's leading with a Jinx. So I'm going to swap Siegfried out, because I don't want to leave a Dragon Flying type in on an Ice type. So I can just make a quick little switch to Houndoom, and we should be pretty safe here, I think. Okay, Blizzard will hit for a decent chunk, but like even if it crits, we shouldn't get one shot. If I did, what, 63? Ring Out will do less damage because we've taken a bit of damage already. Because Ring Out does more damage the higher the target's health is. And Flamethrower, honestly, might just one-shot this Jinx. Jinx is not the most defensive Pokemon in the world. Okay, so there goes Jinx. And what is coming in next? A Blaziken. So I'm going to swap straight to Heimdall for this. Just go straight to Suicune, and Suicune can handle it. Because obviously it's a water type, it's bulky, and also Blaziken kind of hits like a train, so I don't want to swap to Gengar. Honestly, Salamence might have been the play to be... Like, if I'm being totally honest, Salamence might have been the play, but I've swapped to Suicune now and I'm going to commit to it, I think. And Surf nearly one-shots. Interesting that she didn't go for the heal though. Confidence. That's kind of confident. And that is very close to killing me. That is dangerously close. So I guess I'm going to be getting Heimdall out of this match and just going to swap out, I guess. Okay, so Might Yana comes in. Going to swap to Siegfried for Salamence once again. I say once again because we did lead with him. Okay, so Might Yana comes in. Also, and I can go for attack order. Kind of weird that I just have a dragon that commands bees, but okay. Also, I feel so bad for Might Yana. He gets done dirty by every game. Like, it feels like it's just a Pokemon that Game Freak doesn't like. Like, in this game, it doesn't even get Crunch by level up. It doesn't get like, the only way you can get Crunch without, like, sending one over from Gen 3 or cheating is to get a Poochyena and then keep it to level 53 when it learns it, then evolve it. It's so stupid. Okay, so if I go to a level 75, I've Banette. Banette's still an absolute glass cannon though, and it's also very slow. So, well, Shadow Ball from Gengar will probably still one-shot. And there it is, there's the one-shot from Gengar. And in comes a Medicham, so I'll just stick it out with Gengar and just go for another Shadow Ball. And with that, we should probably be good to go, I think. I think that should it might not one-shot. No, it one-shots, okay, 10 out of 10. That is that sorted, that is Maylene defeated. For us to admit defeat again, 10 out of 10, we are confirmed a strong trainer. Hello, let's... I don't know, some Pokemon technically have shoes. I don't know, whatever, I'm not continuing that conversation. Anyway, so that was Maylene, and up next will be the match with Byron, so I can just make a cut to that right now. So, well, I'll just make a cut to that. Since these two are going to be, like, back-to-back in the recording, also I went and bought a whole bunch more healing items, because I'm probably going to need them for... Like, this should be enough to get me to the end of the game now. Through all of these final battles, and then the Elite Four again. And I don't even need to make a cut here, because Wake is the 5th gym leader. So let's just get this fight started up, and then I can explain Suicune's name. Because Suicune, I named after Heimdall, who I think it's in Norse myth, like, he watches over, like, the rainbow bridge that connects, like, Earth and Asgard or whatever. I don't know the exact thing in Norse myth, but I know it's, like, meant to be, like, a rainbow bridge type of thing, and I figured, you know, rainbow bridge, that's, like, what Auroras look like. And I felt like naming it Aurora would have been maybe a little bit on the basic side, so I just went for an alternative arrangement, basically. So that's the explanations on those done. And I'll be totally honest, I'm terrible at names. Like, this probably isn't news to anyone that's been watching for a bit, but I'm atrocious at thinking of names for my Pokemon. So if you have any ideas for names for anything, please tell me. Like genuinely, if you have ideas for names for Pokemon for future playthroughs, genuinely just drop them in the comments. I would greatly appreciate it. Like, there's maybe 10 or 20 Pokemon in existence that I have names planned for. And also, I really wish that Suicune learned Ice Beam by level up. I'm also going to have to swap out this turn. Because we do bring down the Altaria, but now Perish Sun drops to 1. And obviously, we don't want to be in when Parish Song goes off. So I'm just going to swap to Vermilion now. So you swap to Vermilion, send in the Houndoom, and honestly, I don't think Bronzong can do anything, so I'm just going to set up on it. I'm going to set up on this Bronzong. Because unless it has Earthquake, which it shouldn't naturally learn, I don't think it can actually hit me. So I'm going to go +2. Okay, Payback does a lot, actually. I'm going to Flamethrower. It shouldn't have Heat Proof. Also, the fact that hit neutral, so I can only assume that Bronzong must have had Normal Eyes, which is not a great ability, but honestly that almost backfired on me really badly. And that's a Deoxys coming in. I'm going to risk it. I'm going to take the dangerous play and I'm going to risk it. Like, I'm at +2, so I feel a lot safer. Okay, so we're going for Snatch, 10 out of 10. Well, we should be safe. This should probably one-shot, because Deoxys is made of paper. Like, it is made of... It is one of the most frail Pokemon I can think of. And a Gengar... You know what? I'm not going to go for it. I'm not going to go for the Mira match, because I think we lose it. And by that, I mean, I don't know if I take the Shadow Ball. Actually, wait, what am I doing? I should do that. It won't have Shadow Ball, but it might have Destiny Bond. Okay, it goes for Dark Pulse. So probably would outsped would... It might one-shot. It might have one-shot my Gengar, so I feel perfectly content just going for Crunch with Snorlax. Okay, good. It heals itself with its Citrus. We heal ourselves a little bit with the leftovers. It goes for Dark Pulse again. I go for Crunch. I knock it low. I'm going to go for Body Slam. Oh. I went for Body Slam there because I assumed we were going to go for Destiny Bond, for some reason forgetting they would heal. And 10 out of 10, there's the crit, brings down the Gengar. So with that, that is Wake defeated. So with that, that is Fantina and Wake both dealt with. So it is now time for me to patch up my team again. And time to patch up the team again. And then we can cut to when we fight Byron. Okay, so, well, that'll just be a cut, and we'll be right into the fight with Byron. Okay, so up next we have the rematch with Byron. Faced many a challenge out of the gym, trained on Iron Island while contemplating his worth for days. Confidence now to batter down defenses could he asks for a rematch. What if we say no? When you came to the gym, you had a glint that's dulled now. No, I just didn't want to battle at that exact second to see what it was. Temple and whom my battling was strong. Here's to a showdown. Okay, this time I'm leading with Salamence, mostly just because I think I haven't given Salamence a whole lot of use yet. And, well, I'd like to get most of my team in. Oh no. Spiritom's kind of just a giant hassle in general, because it doesn't have any weaknesses in Gen and Fall. But I'm just going to go for a Dragon Claw. Dragon Claw will probably do it. It'll probably do a good amount. Spiritomb is... It had... Oh, okay, it had Effects Wall. And it goes for Memento. Yeah, that means it is absolutely time to just swap out Salamence. And that is double reason to swap out Salamence, because we do not want to be in against a Jinx. Especially at -2 when also paralyzed. However, I don't think Jinx should be able to do anything to Vermilion. So I'm going to take this... Oh no. I was going to say I'm going to take this chance to set up, but I think that might have been a terrible idea. That was so much damage. That was so much damage. Okay, I'm at +1. I should be able to... Okay, went for Body Slam now. Okay, we live. Flamethrower should bring down this Jinx. Jinx isn't the best Pokemon defensively. But I think it should one-shot. 10 out of 10. That was almost a catastrophe. Like, how I nearly lost a Dark Fire type to an Ice Psychic type. That's atrocious. Okay, now I'm going to swap back to Gengar. I'll swap to Gengar for this Pelipper that's coming in. And, well, let's just use Discharge. Because, well, it's probably the best that I have. It's probably the best move option I have available to me right now. So, with that, we'll just one-shot here. 10 out of 10. There goes that. And he should have 2 Pokemon left. A Dusknoir. I think I'm gonna go a Chanko for this. This one is personal though, because it can't Shadow Punch me this time. It can't Shadow Punch and one-shot one of my Pokemon this time. This one is specifically for Burnett. And we're gonna Crunch, because Crunch will do a decent chunk. I know that Dusknoir is very defensive, but that is a lot less than I thought it would. But it's still about a third, so it drops into the red. He'll heal now. Oh, and we Crunch again, drop it back down to where it was. Payback will probably hurt. This will probably do a ton. Oh, never mind. It moved first on the turn, of course. Okay, so we drop it now. Okay, 10 out of 10. And now, I could probably just go for Aqua Jet. You know what, let's just go for Aqua Jet, just because we can. That, and I think the idea of Snorlax attacking with Aqua Jet, with like super fast priority move, is just very funny. Okay, so there goes the Dusknoir, and he should have one Pokemon left. And what is that one Pokemon? A Yanmega? Let's go to Kai for this one. Because Yanmega is another Pokemon I have a personal grievance with, if from earlier in the playthrough. Because Yanmega killed most of my team. So now I'm just going to Thunder Punch and probably one-shot it. Because the last time... Oh no. Okay, it was looking for Screech. Because the last time we had to fight a Yanmega in an important battle, basically we got hit with Air Slash and got hit with a Flinch, and that Flinch mattered and led to 3 of my Pokemon dying. But with that, there goes the Yanmega, there goes Byron, and that is the rematch with Gym Leader number 6 complete. Trained by Public Steel continuously on Iron Island alongside his Pokemon. Could still use more toughening up. Also, 10 out of 10, I left and came back in today, and Fantina and Volkner were still here. So it is time to patch up the Pokemon. Because, well, we need to be at full health and everything for each fight, because, 1, I am a little bit underleveled, and 2, I don't know what everyone's gonna have. And now I just give Salamence a Lava Cookie, and we should be good to go. Okay, so, with that, I can just make a cut, and I'll make a cut, and next up will be the Battle of Candice. Okay, so up next is our rematch with the 7th Gym Leader, just as soon as my controller comes back on. Our rematch with the 7th Gym Leader, Candice, who refers to herself in the 3rd person, and then back to the 1st person. Okay. Okay, you know what? I'm not even going to question it, I'm just going to battle her. So obviously Candice, normally the Ice-type Gym Leader of Snowpoint City, and yeah, also fun fact, she's either my 1st or 2nd favourite twin. Like, depending on the day, I'll say I like her or Volkner more, and that Linoon has download, so that's a little bit on the scary side. So let's go for Dragon Claw straight away. Let's go for Dragon Claw and hopefully one-shot this Linoon. We do get the flinch because we do have the King's Rock on Siegfried, and obviously the King's Rock can cause flinches. And I have a feeling that could have been very important there. Okay, a Marowak coming in. I didn't heal. I think Gengar's for play here. No wait, Gengar doesn't have Levitate. What have I done? I might have made a horrible, horrible mistake here. I need to swap to Salamence, and it has... That is actually scary. I'm just gonna go... I guess I should swap back to Salamence. Because I was so caught up on the idea of, oh, I couldn't just swap to Gengar, it has Levitate, and then I remembered. Like, as soon as I clicked it, I remembered I have randomized abilities, I don't have Levitate. Okay, so we flinch for Marowak with Dragon Claw, and I might as well just keep going for the Dragon Claw, because it's doing a lot. The Citrus will heal up the Marowak a bit. Double Edge does a ton. Well, does a little over a third. And now Dragon Claw should finish off the Marowak. 10 out of 10, there goes the Marowak. And what's in next? Soundco hits another level. Bronzong goes up a level. No, Bronzong comes in. And I think they have normalized, or at least it can have it. I'm pretty sure the last one did. Okay, so Bronzong comes in, and obviously we just Fire Punch, Heal Block. Actually, that'll prevent leftovers from doing anything. But at the same time, for that to really matter, they need to actually do damage. And this Bronzong, since it's bound by its level up moveset, I don't think it really seems too intent on doing damage. And we get a burn, so they're probably going to full restore now. No, they withdraw the Bronzong and go, ooh, a Swampert. Okay, okay. That's actually kind of scary. Swampert at this level will have Earthquake, Muddy Water, and I don't really know. I feel like it gets Hammer Arm. I shouldn't have said I think it gets Hammer Arm, but honestly, I am amazed that Snorlax took that hit so well. Okay, so Body Slam does a ton, we get a crit, and now we heal up with the leftovers. I'm just gonna go for, yeah, I'm just gonna keep attacking. So Body Slam and lands, does less damage as we don't crit this time, but we get the paralysis out. And honestly, Snorlax might as well just keep going for Body Slam, because I feel like I just win now. Because we should be able to take another Hammer. It'll probably hit us to about 40, 17, never mind, that's a lot lower than I thought. Okay, so we heal up a little bit, and what do I want to go for here? Am I going to go for Hammer Arm again, so I'm going to swap out? I assume we're going to go for Hammer Arm, so I'm going to swap to Gengar just for safety. Paralysis comes through, so it doesn't actually even matter. And now I can just click Shadow Ball. And Shadow Ball brings down the Swampert, or at least it should, with a completely unnecessary crit. And up next is their last Pokemon, so they swap back to Bronzong. No, they had another Pokemon. They had another Pokemon after this. Okay. I guess we're just... Okay, yeah, but this Bronzong is done. A second Shadow Ball just knocks it out. Oh, also, 10 out of 10, while I'm recording this, it's like a week after I mentioned it. Now, in the anime update, Ash had his battle with Steven. I was like... It's one of those times where it's like, you see the anime fight and you know exactly who's gonna win, but it's still really well done, and like, for the entire time it did kind of have you thinking, wait, are they gonna just make Ash lose? Obviously they don't in the end, but like, I thought it was really good, I liked it. And their last Pokemon was Masquerain, so Kai just one-shots it with Thunder Punch, because of course we do. And Kai also goes up to level 70. Okay, so that is Candice defeated. And you're gonna train us so they can throw a focus punch themselves. That's kind of scary, but also kind of makes sense. Okay, so what I need to do now is patch up my Pokemon, and then we'll be ready for the next match. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is make a cut. That's because because now we've beaten Candice. Now we've beaten Candice, we can actually just move on to the match with Volkner. Okay, the rematch with the final gym leader, Volkner. His Electivire demands tough opponents. I mean, hopefully you at least have an Electivire, because it's going to be a little bit awkward if you don't. But let's see what you have, Volkner. Because this is the final gym leader rematch. Leads with a Uxie. That's kind of scary, not gonna lie, because Uxie is a wall. Like, it is a giant wall. Fortunately, we have a pretty strong attack stat, and Crunch just crits. 10 out of 10. Fantastic. Fantastic work from Kaiba. Okay, so we hit level 69 and go past 200 HP. Slowking comes in. Honestly, I'm just gonna stick it out with Electivire. Slowking level 71. I'm just gonna go for Thunder Punch, because Slowking is more specially defensive than physical. It still has decent physical defense, but it's definitely more specially defensive. Trump Card isn't going to do a whole lot. Yeah, because Trump Card is a move that does more damage the lower the PP is. So obviously, at maximum, well, 10 10. Don't need to bother finishing that explanation because we one-shot through a crit. And Entei comes in. I mean, if they're gonna send in Entei, I might as well send in Suicune. I see no justifiable reason not to. Okay, this is his ace. It's level 74. And now I'm just going to spam Surf. And I imagine they're just going to go for extra sensory over and over again. That was a lot of damage. I know that was a crit, but that was a lot of damage. So pretty much, I'm just going to go for Surf, because, well, we have the Wise Glasses. It's super effective. It's Stab. I feel like I might be able to bring it down with one more here, or at least kick it into healing range. And at that point, I should be good to go. Because Suicune is very good on its defenses. And does that bring it down? 10 out of 10. There goes Viente. What's up next? Eradicate. You know, I haven't given it any screen time yet, so let's just send in Salamence. Okay, so Siegfried the Salamence finally gets his screen time, and let's see how much damage he can do. Outspeeds, hits the Dragon Claw. Hopefully he can one-shot Eradicate. Doesn't quite one-shot Eradicate, but that's fine. Super Fang does a guaranteed half. And, okay, he just heals. As Dragon Claw again, probably kick it back to where it was. He shouldn't heal a second time. And now I can finish it off with Crunch. So there goes Eradicate, and I think he should have one Pokemon left. Which is an... oh, he has a Machamp. So that is a perfect time to go back to Sadako, because we know from fighting Fantina that Machamp shouldn't be able to do anything. This one is a few levels lower though, so maybe it still has Rock Slide or something. Actually no, because it doesn't learn Rock Slide by level up, I don't think. So we should be safe here. Yeah, I can only go for Scary Face. And with that, one more Shadow Ball brings down the Machamp, and with that, Volkner is defeated. So 10 out of 10, I will call that a success. So that is 3 gym leaders defeated in order of me recording them. And with that, that's cool, actually. Some trainers have Pokemon that they just have to have in their party. For Volkner, that's his Electivire. Okay, so, up next will be the battle with Cheryl, so I can just make a cut directly to that. Okay, now time for the final of the rematches to be recorded, the battle against Cheryl. Hello, you're my opponent of the day, and my Pokemon's been itching for a battle. I'm kind of hoping that she has a Xatu, because she did have a Natu when we first met her in the Eterna Forest. And she leads with a Ninetales. Okay, that should be okay. So we lead with our Suicune, and we just go for Surf. Safeguard is perfectly okay. Like, it goes for a Safeguard. Well, we don't really have any stats ailments we can do anymore. Like, we can get a Paralysis with Thunderbolt, but that's not really going to happen. Okay, a Bomber Snow comes in. I'm locked into Surf, so I have to swap out. So I'm going to swap to Siegfried here, and hope that I get one of two things. Either A, I go for Attack Order and get a crit, or B, when this thing inevitably clicks Blizzard in about 5 seconds, that it misses. I need it to miss. It missed. It missed Blizzard. It missed Blizzard. Because I think it would just one-shot. I'm fairly certain that Blizzard would one-shot Salamence here. Okay, now I can just Dragon Claw and finish it off. Okay, 10 out of 10. Crisis averted. Because that Abomasnow was about to be a capital P problem. Okay, a Cloyster. I can swap back to Heimdall for this, because that's another Ice type coming in. However, I know that what am I saying? Cloyster doesn't have the best special defense, and I happen to have Thunderbolt. Okay, goes for attack, but that isn't going to save it from a Choice Specs Thunderbolt. That was so bad. But I was right, it didn't save it from a Choice Specs Thunderbolt. Okay, so that's that. In comes a Celebi, so I guess I'll swap back to Salamence. I'll swap back to Salamence and go for the Attack Order, because this is quad effective. Like, it's quad effective, and Celebi isn't going to do all that much anyway. So Attack Order, quad effective. It's not Stab, but it'll do enough to just one-shot regardless. Actually, Celebi does have decent defense, but then again, it's quad effective Salamence attack, so yeah, that's fine. And up next, a Manaphy. Okay, Cheryl came to play apparently. So let's swap back to Heimdall for her final Pokemon, which is Manaphy, which might have Heart Swap actually. Okay, it sets up Aqua Ring, so it'll heal itself a little bit each turn. So, Thunderbolt lands. Thunderbolt lands, probably doesn't one-shot. Okay, it knocks it pretty low though, but Aqua Ring heals it a little bit. Can't keep up with healing, that's fine. It goes for Dig. No, it goes for Dive, sorry. It heals itself a little more. It pops up with the Dive, but that's fine by me, because that now means it's wide open for a Thunderbolt, which brings it down. And with that, that is Cheryl, and that is Cheryl now defeated. Striking the right balance of offense and defense is difficult, basically. Thanks to you, my adorable Pokemon became a little tougher. Okay, so now that we've beaten all the gym leaders, we can now fight Mira. Well, now that we've beaten all the gym leaders and Cheryl, we can battle Mira, who we rescued from a cave earlier. And, well, I'm a bit concerned, because when I helped her through that cave, she had a Kyogre. So what will she have now? A Vespiquen. Okay, Vespiquen's a kind of cool Pokemon. Kind of annoying, because, honestly, and, it's one of the... Vespiquen is one of those cases where it's just like, you know when you catch a male combi and it's just the worst feeling in the world? It's just one of those. It's the same with Salandit. Like, imagine, like, the pain that shiny hunters must feel when they're trying to get, like, shiny Salazzle or shiny Vespiquen. And it's like, yeah, I found it, cool, I found the shiny. And then it's like, it's a male one, it doesn't evolve. Anyway, as long as Kai, actually, if Kai breaks out of the confusion, he might be able to just sweep. And never mind, because that is a Sandslash coming in. So I'm not going to take any chances, I'm just going to go straight out to Heimdall here. Yeah, because I think it's a safe assumption that an Earthquake or something is coming. Actually, no, wait. I don't think Sandslash learns Earthquake by level up. Yeah, I think it's like one of the only ground types that doesn't. Anyway, we one-shot anyway. Magnezone comes in now, so it is time to send Vermilion out. And Vermilion should be able to handle this without too many issues. Okay, level 72. We outspeed, we land the Flamethrower. Also, I don't know why I named my Houndoom Vermilion, but, like, I don't know, the name's really grown on me. Like, oh, the Sizzle's coming in? Keep the Steel types coming. I have plenty of PP for Flamethrower. Just keep the Steel types coming. Sizzle, Magnezone, what's next? Steelix? Send for Marley. They have 3,000 experience, and their last Pokemon is a Mr. Mime. Honestly, I might as well just stay in with Houndoom again. Level 74 Mr. Mime. That's concerning. He just stole Filter. Well, just copied Filter, so that's going to do nothing. That actually did a lot. It heals itself with a Citrus, and now I can just... Okay, he goes for Safeguard. And I assume this Mr. Mime only has Psychic as an attacking move and can't actually do anything to Vermilion. So with that, there goes the Mr. Mime, and there goes Mira, who for some reason refers to herself in third person. Always with Pokemon, that's how we got to put them so strong. I mean, they aren't wrong. Okay, so with that is this group defeated. That's this group defeated, and now I can make a cut back to the recording for tomorrow, in which there'll be, hopefully, 5 more people to battle. Oh, and we can just make a cut to that. So, up next will be the battle with Riley. Okay, up next should be, I think, the third last match with Riley. Hi, long time no see. If it's alright for you, I'd like to challenge you to a battle right now. With all the stops to put your Pokemon down. I'm not liking the sound of that, buddy. Because I would quite like to keep my Pokemon alive, if at all possible. This man comes out sounding threatening and then leads with a Wormadam. I'm getting a lot of mixed messages here. What do I even want to go to? If I could heal, like if I had healing available, like if I could in battle, I'd just swap to Vermilion and just set up Calm Minds and probably just sweep. But I guess I'll go for attack order, because this is parked grass, so it'll be super effective. And it is still a Wormadam regardless. I don't think it actually makes a difference. And now, I just need to Dragon... Of course he heals. This man is healing a Wormadam. Like, genuine question, does anyone care about Wormadam? Like, I genuinely think it's one of the most irrelevant Pokemon in existence. Which is doubly weird, because I like Mothim. Okay, so that goes down. What comes in next? A Hippowdon? I don't like this. I'm actually going to stay in with Siegfried for safety. I'm mostly staying in because I'm pretty sure this thing will have Fissure. And obviously, we can't get hit with Fissure if we're in the air. And that's a lot of damage, actually. I guess it's time for Dragon Claw. So yeah, basically, that's my line of thinking. It's just like, I can't get hit with Fissure if I'm not on the ground. Like, I would have loved to have gone to Suicune, but I can't really risk just getting hit with Fissure. Because, you know, one-hit KO move. Well, it's right there in the title. It would be a one-hit KO that I could do nothing about. Okay, so we bring them Hippowdon, and now I just have to hope he doesn't have a Dragon type. Because my Dragon is pretty low. Mightyena, another Mightyena. Let's go to Chanko for this. Let's swap to Chanko, our Snorlax, and just go for Body Slam on this Mightyena. Level 74 Mightyena. Also, I mentioned it earlier in the playthrough when I actually got a Poochyena. But, like, Mightyena in Gen 4, like, they choose violence against it. It doesn't learn Crunch by level up. And, like, Mightyena doesn't learn Crunch by level up at all. So, the only way that you can really get Crunch onto a Mightyena is to train it as a Poochyena until it learns it. And it learns Crunch at level 53. Okay, Gallade comes in. You know, I'm just gonna go to Kai for this. Just for general safety, because, you know, I would have gone to Houndoom, would have gone onto Gengar, but, like, would have gone to Snorlax, Houndoom, or Gengar, but, you know, the fighting and psychic risks are a bit too high, and I know this thing will have Truant, so I don't really need to worry about that much. And there's the close combat that I was kind of worried about, because it may have to... No! No! They just killed my Electivire. Well, I guess I need to train something else up. I just have to train up something else for the final episode now. Okay, so, for reference, at the time of recording this, I think I've already recorded the fight with Marley. So, you may see Electivire use in that battle. So that's just the heads up on this. Is the weird order in which I've had to record these matches may cause some discrepancies. So basically, there may be one battle after this in which you see Electivire getting used. However, it was recorded much before this, and all you need to know really is Electivire will not be being used in the final fight. Oh no, 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 no. Ooh, that was scary. You know, I'm not even gonna risk it. I'm just gonna swap to Suicune. I'm gonna swap to Suicune and go for Surf. Now the question is, what do I actually replace it with? Like, obviously, Electivire needs a replacement now. And it was also kind of like the heart and soul of the team. And I don't know what to do with it now. I mean, I have plenty of other Pokemon available to me. Part of me wants to just put the Raikou in, but I can't have two legendaries on my team. Even at the same time, so, I don't know, I'm gonna have to figure that one out. So, that'll be something to look forward to. And now I'm just gonna Aqua... Okay, he may have just made a stupid move here. Because the Gallade still has Truant. And it's made of paper, and we get the paralysis, and we still probably get outspared. And I assume it's going to go for close combat, so I'm going to swap to Gengar. I'm gonna assume it's doing that. There we go. Outplayed, baited, outsmarted, consume Shadow Ball. Hold this L, buddy. You killed my Electivire, we are no longer friends. Okay, so with that and a tragic loss, that is Riley defeated. If he wasn't on Iron Island then, and if neither of us won Iron Island at that time, perhaps we would have never met, or maybe we would have met elsewhere. Okay, so with that, that is Riley defeated, and actually, as of the time of me recording this, I now only need to record the fights with Buck, Cheryl, Roark, and Gardenia. Like, they're the four who haven't turned up as of me recording this fight. So you won't see Electivire get used in any of those fights. And I'll just make a note at the start of the episode in the text. Like, as a text little pop-up thing. Okay, so, with that, I can make the cut to, I think it's the match with Marley next. In which Electivire will probably be used, I don't actually remember. So, basically, Electivire might pop up for the remainder of the episode, but is not going to be used in the final episode. Okay, I don't know if this will be the last one or the second to last one. We're going to fight Marley next. And, well, hopefully we can get through this fight without too many issues. Because Marley is pretty tough normally, I think. Okay, she leads with a Spinner, so I'm significantly less worried immediately. So we're going to lead with Salamence, and I'll just go for Dragon Claw. Salamence is really strong, so it'll hit for a lot of damage regardless. Spinner is not the most defensively gifted Pokemon in the world. Neither is the most offensively gifted, but that's still actually doing a fair bit. You know what? Credit to Spinner, that was more damage than I thought it would do. So now we'll just Dragon Claw, knock it back down to very low health. And now, actually we'll just Dragon Claw one more time and finish off with a Spinner. So that is Spinner down. One down, 4 to go. In comes a Steelix, which means Heimdall would make more sense, but I'm gonna go to Vermilion for this. Mostly just because I feel like Suicune doesn't need... I feel like Houndoom needs the screen time more. Even though I've had it on the team for much longer, I mostly just want to kind of enjoy the time of having a Houndoom on the team. Flamethrower is a one-shot Steelix, because Steelix, well, it has very high physical defense, but special defense is kind of lacking. Okay, Kingler comes in, and this could actually be a very dangerous Pokemon if I don't one-shot it, because it will have Guillotine. And I don't really want to get hit by that if at all possible. Because if it guillotines my Electivire, I'm going to be furious. Okay, just went for the Crab Hammer. That'll still do a ton. That did about half. Now we just, hit it with a second Thunder Punch and bring down the Kingler. And they should have, what, 2 Pokemon left now, I think? A Deoxys. I'll go to Vermilion again. I'll go back to Vermilion. I would have gone to Gengar, but there's the chance it could have Psychic, and I don't really want to have to risk that. And we're just gonna Crunch. Okay, that Deoxys can't do anything. Deoxys can't do anything to my Houndoom. And Crunch actually did a fair amount to Sceptile. Slam misses, Flamethrower hits, brings down the Sceptile. And up next will be the Deoxys, which can't do anything to Houndoom. Because assumably it must only have Psychic moves. Like, it must have only Psychic and supporting moves. Oops, and so, as a result... Actually, you know what, let's have a quick look. Let's see what it has. Okay, it has Snatch, so it steals... Okay, so it stole the Nasty Plot, but it can't do anything with it. You know, I'm gonna stop that now, because otherwise it's just gonna keep stealing my Nasty Plot, and there we go. We just one-shot with Flamethrower. So with that is Marley defeated, and that should be, depending on if I put Marley or Buck as the last one, that should be the last person. That's not the second to last. Okay, so, with that, I can cut to the ending of the episode. Okay, time for the final rematch against Buck. Obviously, we lost our Electivire against... Who did we lose our Electivire against? I think it was against Candice. Or maybe it was Marley. It was one of them. Okay, so, our final opponent... wait. Okay, so, Buck, I guess he's introducing his rules of Pokemon. Actually, let's just see. Oh, okay. It's the name of the Battleground for a reason. So, let's just get right on into our final battle. Well, not our final battle, our final rematch. Actually, with one of the gym leaders and supporting characters, I guess. Okay, so, leads with a Sceptile, level 70. Fortunately for me, I have a not a Sceptile, I have a Salamence. And so that has access to attack order. And it goes for detect, so it doesn't even matter. But now we just, you know, sick a swarm of bees on the Sceptile, which is honestly kind of mean, but well, a one-shot regardless, because Salamence hits really hard. And what is up next? In comes a Rhyperior. I'm gonna swap to... I'm gonna swap to Heimdall for this. And I have to be a bit careful, because this thing more than likely has Horn Drill. And if I get hit with Horn Drill, I'm going to be extremely upset. However, this is quad effective stab, and it isn't being reduced by Solid Rock. So this Rhyperior is pretty much guaranteed dead. 10 out of 10. That's what happens when you get hit with a quad weakness and don't have something to kind of nullify it. Okay, a Hariyama. I think Sadako should be able to handle this. However, I do need to be a little bit careful and a little bit worried, actually. Because it is possible that this could have knockoff, and if it has knockoff, it might just kill me. Okay, that swap tells me he cannot hit Gengar with the Hariyama. And I'm just going to go for this. Oh, okay, yeah, I have to swap out. Okay, I need to swap out now. Also, my controller keeps going off. This is a bit inconvenient. I guess I'll just go to Heimdall and Thunderbolt. Like, I feel like that's probably my best bet. Okay, Pidgeot sets up the Tailwind, so they'll be moving faster for a few turns. Slash won't do too much because we have, you know, a stupid amount of bulk. Look, because, you know, we do have Suicune, who is, like, just one of the... I don't know where it stacks up in terms of, like, an overall charting of, like, bulky water types, but, like, it's pretty up there. It's really good. Okay, Slash hits again. We do get flinched, but there goes the Tailwind. And now... hopefully we don't get critted and don't get flinched. Okay. Okay, they set up for Tailwind again. The crisis has been averted because they didn't keep spamming Air Slash. 10 out of 10, thank you, game. Honestly, I was starting to get a bit prepared for, like, oh, I got, like, critted and flinched to death. Okay, so he's going to go back to the Hariyama, so I'm going to go back to Gengar. And once again, he won't be able to do anything, so he'll have to either swap out again. Yeah, he'll probably have to swap out again. Okay, no, he goes for Endure. And that's going to do nothing for this Hariyama. And I mean, we probably weren't going to one-shot it anyway. Speed boost Hariyama, okay. Honestly, that could have... like, that had the potential to be really scary. And in comes his last Pokemon, a Poliwrath. That beats most of my team, actually. I think my best bet is probably actually to stick it out with Gengar. Like, if I stick it out with Gengar, I should be okay. I just spam Shadow Ball. Because we are Choice Specs boosted. Okay, that heals itself with a Citrus. Goes for Mind Reader, so it's guaranteed to land its next move. So, what's the worst that could happen? Like, Hydro Pump, maybe? And there goes that. And it doesn't matter because it can't hit me regardless. Can't hit me regardless because it's still a fighting type and it only has Dynamic Punch in terms of attacking moves. So there goes Poliwrath, and with that is Buck defeated. And also Sadako goes up to level 68, so that is a double nice little win. Okay, so, what does he have to say? Too much, he'll train his he'll train his team better on Stark Mountain. Oh, he'll better there. I guess I'll bet... wait, what? I guess I'll bet my team on Stark Mountain. Okay, I guess I was, like, mentally correcting myself to put the word train in there. But no, grammatically his statement still makes sense. I'm just being a bit dumb. Okay, so what I want to do now is heal up, and then I'm going to fight the rival. I'm going to do the rival battle perhaps against my better judgment. And by that, I mean I'm very concerned about fighting our rival here. Because, well, I only have 5 Pokemon, and he probably should have 6. Okay, so, we are the only one getting tougher, he'll prove it. Let's go. And I'm battling him now because I'm probably not going to be able to do one where he's at a super high level. I think he'd be hitting like level 95 if I was getting up to there. But like, I just can't. I don't think I can do that. I don't think that's a toggleable thing in PK Hex. Like, I'll try and mess around with it and see if I can, but I'm not going to... But I don't feel ill-comfortable, like, trying to beat the Elite Four like 20 times just for this one fight. Where he'd be at super high level. Also, Surf will probably just one-shot that Sand Slash. 10 out of 10. However, I do respect... Like, I know that it wasn't, like, his personal choice, but you know what? I like the fact that he had a Sand Slash. And a Golem. Like, just keep the Pokemon coming, but I can just hit with Surf. Just keep them coming, just keep them coming, buddy. Let me sweep the team. It'll be fine. What's up next? Cresselia. Oh, that's a little bit on the scary side. So let's swap out to Vermilion. Because this thing should only have healing moves, psychic moves, and maybe Ice Beam? So I'm just gonna Crunch. Because, actually, maybe I should have gone for a Nasty Plot. Oh, never mind, that crit did so much damage. Wait. That was too much damage. And he heals. I may have to swap out here. Actually, hang on, I can calculate this. So that critted for 105, so I should be safe. So let's just go for another Crunch. And there's the defense drop, which is kind of huge. Moonlight, so I think he's just gonna spam Moonlight now. Much like a certain other Cresselia we had to fight. And now he's bringing down the Cresselia. However, that is probably it for Vermilion in this battle, at least. Because, well, that is... Okay, well, that's a Weavile coming in. I think Chanko is probably my best bet. It is entirely feasible that this Weavile will just hit me with something super hard. But I think I should be okay. It goes for Flung, it's Razor Fang. Kind of cool that it requires the Razor Claw to evolve, but was holding the Razor Fang. Which I think the Razor Fang gives crit... No, I think it's Razor Claw increases crit chance. And Razor Fang can cause flinch? I might be wrong on that. I know that they're the items that you need to get Weavile and Gliscor. So with 2 Fire Punches, Weavile gets brought down. So what is up next? Because he should only have 1 or 2 Pokemon left. Walrein. What do I want to go for here? I guess I'll swap to Gengar. And just go for Discharge. That might be my best bet. However, Walrein is definitely a very dangerous Pokemon to me, because at this level, it should have Sheer Cold. And, well, there's nothing I can do about that if it hits me. I shouldn't say anything. I just shouldn't say anything. Okay, so there goes Gengar. Now the question becomes... I guess I'll just go to Siegfried for this? I'll go to Salamence and just Dragon Claw, and hopefully that'll bring it down. Because otherwise, we may just get... Okay, that goes for Walrein. That is one crisis averted. And in comes a Glalie. I think my best bet is sticking out with Chanko here. Okay, so Snorlax comes back in, Glalie comes in, level 74. And I'm just gonna go for... I think I just lose now, actually. I think I just lose. I'm pretty sure I lose now. because Vego's Snorlax, because that just got sheer cooled. So, I'm now down half a team. Siegfried's on full health. I feel like Houndoom could one-shot from here, though. But it's like, does Houndoom outspeed, is the question. I'm gonna bet the farm. I don't own a farm, but I'm gonna bet it anyway. And there goes my Houndoom! I shouldn't have risked it. Okay, so there goes Houndoom. Okay. What do I want to do now? I guess I'll go to Suicune. I'll go to Suicune, and hopefully we won't get... If it had sheer cooled with me, if it had landed sheer cooled, well again, I was going to be livid. Okay, so there goes that. 10 out of 10, we got a crit. Okay, so... Well, we won, but I am regretting doing this battle. Okay, so, let's go and deposit our dead, I guess, because, hoo boy, we just lost a lot of... we just lost a lot. Like, huge losses in this episode. 4 out of 6 Pokemon dead. And, honestly, some pretty heavy hitters in the process. So, let's see here. What order were they? Yeah, okay, so it was Gengar. So it was Gengar died, got via sheer cooled. Then Chanko got sheer cooled. And then Vermilion was honestly entirely my fault. I shouldn't have risked it. I was confident I was confident that I was going to outspeed, but apparently I didn't. Okay, so I only have 2 Pokemon left, so, we are going to have to patch this team back together, and, well, considering I'm only allowed 1 Legendary, and I know that Metagross has Stall, and our Dragonite has Normalize, I'm starting to be a little bit worried for this ending. But you know what? It'll be fine. So what I'm going to do now is patch my team back together from whatever I can pick up, really, and train that up. And in the next episode will be actually the final one, aside from Death Montage. But in the next one, we'll be re-challenging the Elite Four. So hopefully that won't be as much of a train wreck as I'm expecting it to be. Okay,